Hello, 6th grade. This is Mrs. C, your visual content specialist. Today we're going to be using a strategy called ToSEEC in order to organize our ideas about a topic into writing. Using this strategy, you'll be able to demonstrate an understanding of topics discussed through an essay or extended response. So what is the ToSEEC strategy? This is a tool that helps you organize all your ideas that you have about a topic into writing. It is used for writing informative pieces or extended responses. In order to use this ToSEEC strategy appropriately, we want to do three things. First, we want to look at the prompt or question that's being asked. Then we want to use the acronym to identify each part of our response. And finally, once we're completely done with our writing, we want to be able to revise what we have written. You will have the opportunity to use the ToSEEC strategy when engaging in this task of writing one paragraph per category for each civilization, Mesopotamian and Egyptian, that is being compared. Like I said, the ToSEEC strategy is an acronym. TOS stands for topic statement. This is where you're basically going to state your essential idea about a topic or introduce the topic or answer the prompt. It is followed by E, which stands for evidence. This is where you're going to cite evidence that supports your topic from a source. Then you're going to elaborate. E stands for elaboration. You're going to explain how that evidence helps support your response or how it develops your topic. And finally, C stands for concluding statement. This is where you're going to reinforce your essential idea or restate your topic statement. Before we look at the task at hand, let's try to model how to use this ToSEEC strategy appropriately so that we can then start writing our ideas the correct way and effectively on our own. Here we have a sample prompt. It says, describe the architecture of ancient Egypt. On the right, you'll see an organizer. The organizer that you get from your teacher might look like this, or it might not. The important thing to remember is that regardless of what the organizer looks like, the ToSEEC strategy stays the same. It never changes. It is the recipe that will not change, and you can always remember it and use it for any of your extended responses or informative writing. So let's model how to use this strategy. The first thing we need to do is introduce the topic with a topic sentence or statement. The prompt says, describe the architecture of ancient Egypt. Here, I've started my answer by writing ancient Egypt had many great architectural pieces that were important to their culture. The next thing you want to do is provide evidence from a source. You might see some sentence starters that you can use, and I'm going to take advantage of that and use one of those sentence starters in order to introduce my evidence according to the text, and then I'm going to plug in my evidence. So it reads, according to the text, the pharaohs of Egypt built the temples as houses for the Egyptian gods. Inside the temples, priests performed rituals in hopes of gaining the favor of the gods and to protect Egypt from the forces of chaos. The second type is called a mortuary temple and was built to worship a dead pharaoh. So here I am providing evidence that answers the prompt. I'm describing the architecture of ancient Egypt, but I'm also supporting that these pieces of architecture were important to their culture. Then I want to elaborate. I want to explain why this evidence is important or why it supports my answer. And again, I see some sentence starters here, so that's what I'm going to use. This evidence shows that the ancient Egyptian architecture was very unique and important to the culture. So in my elaboration, I'm explaining how the evidence connects back to my initial topic statement. And finally, in my concluding statement, I want to be able to explain or reinforce the essential idea. Overall, again, I'm using one of these sentence starters here. Overall, ancient Egyptian, that is capital, architecture was very detailed and useful to the Egyptians based on their beliefs and traditions. So it's not perfect, but I was able to use the ToSEEC strategy to come up with at least 4 different sentences to build my extended response. I think my teacher would be very happy with this response. So going back to your task, you will use the ToSEEC strategy to read the prompt in question, create a topic statement, elaborate, provide evidence, and provide a conclusion. And then you want to review or revise your writing. You want to ask yourself, did you answer the question or prompt? Your opportunity will be here for this case study of Egypt and Mesopotamia in Unit 2, titled Complex Societies, days 19 through 23. In this task, you're being asked to compare ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia and write 1 paragraph per category in order to compare and contrast architecture, the role of women, technology, etc. of these 2 different societies. Again, your organizer might look something like this, or it could look completely different. The main idea is to always remember that ToSEEC, topic, sentence, evidence, elaboration, and concluding statement, will always stay the same. And now you're ready to begin your case study and compare and contrast Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt through the possible categories of architecture, government, natural resources, the role of women, technology, writing, and religion.